Welcome to your practice. I'm Donna Cavanough. Maybe just having a blanket today, and chair can be useful somewhere nearby if you find it makes reaching the floor easier. We're going to begin in Tadasana with feet hip width and parallel. Mountain pose, rolling the upper arms out, the palms in. And really pressing the feet to the floor and reaching the top of the head to the sky. And in between the feet and the top of the head, feeling how the body is lengthening. Feel a shape for your spine that is the best shape. So length for your lower back. And position your pelvis so that you get that best feeling in your back. So that might be lifting the front of the hips a little bit more, lifting the front of the thighs. Upper arms are rolling out as much as you can and palms in. And neck feeling relaxed. Good. And we're going to relax the neck a little more. So turning to look over your left shoulder so that you're stretching gently your neck and back to center, and turning to look over your right shoulder and back to center and left again and back to center and right, center. Good. And then we're going to make circles with just the top of the head, but the torso is not going to move. So we're moving through the range of movement of the neck. So head forward, out to the left, out to the back, out to the right. And then the other direction. Feel the stability of the legs, the torso, core, and then this movement, mobility of the neck and back to center. Good. Chin into the chest. Now we're going to really squeeze the chin to the chest, and then left cheek up towards the ceiling. So you're turning it up to the sun. We haven't had much sun here. And then chin to the chest. And then turning the right cheek up to the sun, the sky, and then back to center. And let's do that again, both sides. Good, and we're still holding that beautiful feeling of healthy spine in our stance. And back to center, and then chin stays to the chest, right cheek towards the sky, and then back to center. Rolling the neck up, and then all the way up, looking up. We're going to lift the breastbone as well and lift the front of the leg. So you've got a powerful feeling of foundation in the front of the body. And looking up. Beautiful. And then we're going to roll forward. So chin to the chest, roll the shoulders forward, roll the spine forward, and go as far as feels good in your back. Even if the bones of the spine start to make a bit of a stegosaurus shape, just take what feels good in your back body, and then we'll roll up. And when you get to the top of that roll, lift your shoulders, and then take your shoulder blades down, lift the breastbone, the front of the legs powerfully lifting and looking up. And we're going to do 2 more of those explorations of stretching the back body and stretching the front body. And as you move slowly, find your breath. Let the breath be as slow, take its time as feels good. So rolling up, looking up, remember lifting the front of the leg. Okay, last one. Mm. Mm. Bring your hands in front of your heart, and we're going to bend the knees now. Now, the knees are bent, but we want to have the torso not so much leaning forward, but rather lift it till it's almost perpendicular to the floor. So this is going to be trickier on the knees, and you might only be able to do a little bit of a bend. I'm going to press the hands and draw the shoulder blades down. Feel the core of the body. The more that you try to lean your torso back, the more the core is going to work to stabilize. Nice work. And then we're just going to turn the ribs. So the knees stay even distance to the front edge of your mat or the edge of your mat. Just turning the ribs and looking from side to side. And we're finding that long and satisfying flow of breath. The feeling of connecting to the breath, even though the body might be doing something challenging. Notice what happens when you couple those together. Beautiful. And then straightening your legs. You can see it doesn't have to be much of a bend, and you're getting a lovely strengthening happening in your legs. Now, you to just find an edge of your mat. Step the left foot 1 foot back from the edge of the mat. Just measure that out. And we're going to put the right foot forward and try to touch your right heel down onto the floor outside your mat. And we're going to keep going with just the left leg bending. Now we're keeping the legs parallel to each other. Noticing where the left knee is working to make this movement. We want to feel like we're using the quadriceps. And at the same time, connect to the flow of your breath. You might be able to reach out a little bit further than the edge of your mat. Nice work. And place that foot down, so about the same distance from your edge. And then we're going to step the left heel towards the floor outside the edge of the mat. Good. So it's the right leg working this time. We try to keep the parallel legs. So the function of the knee is very even from the inside edge to the outside edge. Finding your breath. Nice work. Feet underneath you. We're going to step the right foot in front and squat down. Now, what I want you to try and do is squat without leaning forward too much. So you're going to keep your torso pretty much perpendicular to the floor, so upright. And you're only going to go as far as your knees can manage. And we're going to keep the legs parallel. You might be able to go so far that you can touch your fingers or even your knuckles to the floor. And then we're going to lift up and take the right foot behind. So only a little step. If you take a very big step, it's going to force the torso forward. So a little step. And keep your legs parallel. Just dip down as much as your knees are able to do without pain. Good. And back up. And step the right foot forward. and stepping the right foot back. Good, let's do the other side. So we'll step the left foot forward. Find that connection to your long and satisfying breath. Step the left foot back. And the left foot forward. And left foot back. Ooh, try to keep nice and parallel. Keep your stability. I definitely want to wobble as the muscles get tired. Beautiful. All right. We're going to come to the front of the mat now. This is where we step the feet back with the hands on the floor. And if you put your hands on the seat of the chair, just makes more room. That might feel better to have a chair. Tadasana. With feet hip width and parallel. Lifting through the front of the legs, the belly, the breastbone, the top of the head. Urdhva Hastasana and Uttanasana. And in Uttanasana, we're going to stretch the back of the leg. So one leg straightening while the other is bent. And alternating that movement from side to side. How does the spine feel here? Do the bones feel like they're poking up? See if you can embed the spine forward. Excuse me. I might need a drink of water. Embed the bones of the spine forward. Still stretching the back of the legs. And then we're going to bend the knees and roll up. Froggy. Take the arms up. And Tadasana. Lovely. Urdhva Hastasana. Upward facing hand. Uttanasana. Bones of the spine embedded forward into the front of the torso. So when you bend forward, we don't get the stegosaurus feeling. Great, and then we put the hands down. So this is where you can put them on the seat of the chair or put them on the floor. And we'll take a really big step back with the left foot. We're going to keep the front leg bent. And we're going to bend, in fact, the front knee as much as your knee is comfortable with. And straighten through your back leg and draw the shoulder blades back and look forward. Nice work. Now we're going to try and hold that nice deep bend of the knee and the hips. And we're going to lift just the torso and the arms, Virabhadrasana 1. Draw the shoulder blades down. Ooh, really press your back leg straight and looking up. Lovely. Bring your hands in front of your heart. And we're going to step forward and balance on the right foot. Try for a smooth movement or series of small movements. And challenge your balance. And if your chair's in front, you might be able to put your left foot up on the chair and then just lift it slightly off the chair. Challenge yourself. You might hold your knee or hold your foot. Beautiful. And place that foot back down. I forgot to say, when you place your foot back down, see if you can do that with intention. rather than falling back into position as I almost just did. Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana, feeling the shoulders stay down as the arms reach up. Looking up. Uttanasana, embed the bones of the spine forward. Beautiful. Place your hands and step your right foot back. Nice big long distance, and really bend your front leg as far as your knee is comfortable with. Lifting the front of the breastbone, the rib cage. Ooh, pressing through the back leg. Good, and then we're going to lift the torso and the arms into Virabhadrasana 1. We keep the hips lunging forward, shoulder blades reaching down and looking up. Bring the hands in front of the heart, shoulder blades down. And we're going to step forward and balance on the left foot. Make as smooth a series of movements or one smooth movement as you can. Ooh. And then find something that challenges your balance. You might have your foot up on the seat of the chair and then try and lift it. Or bind your knee or your foot. Okay, so before you put your right foot back down, really have your balance on your left leg and keep it there until you find where you're going to place your foot, and then transfer your weight evenly between your feet. Tadasana. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. And big step back again with the left foot. Nice big lunge again. Bring the hips forward, lift the breastbone. Lifting up into Virabhadrasana 1 again. Good, but this time we're going to take the arms down and turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Arms are out from the shoulders. Good, and then we're going to turn the torso to the right side and keep turning as though you were trying to get your arms lining up with the long edge of your mat. So keep turning, back leg is straight, hips are lunging forward. And coming back to face the front, bring your hands in front of your heart. And we're going to step forward and balance on the right foot. And we're going to lift the left leg up in front. You can put your foot on the chair if you've got the chair there. And we're going to hold with the right hand the knee. If you need to keep your tiptoes near the floor, you could hold your thigh. And then we're going to take the left arm back out from the shoulder, so parallel to the floor. And now turn your torso in the other direction, to the left. So you could take your arm parallel to the long edge of the mat. Whoa. That keeps testing me. Good, we're going to swing back to face the front. Hands at the heart. And before you place your left foot down, see if you can find where you're going to put it with just the skin of the left foot, and then transferring weight. Tadasana. Feeling your connection to your satisfying breath. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Right foot steps back. Nice big lunge. Beautiful. Lifting up Virabhadrasana 1. With the shoulder blades down, hips forward. Bring your arms so they're parallel to the floor from the sides of the shoulders, palms up. And turn your torso to the left. Imagine you could get your arms Parallel to the long edge of the mat. Ooh. Palms are turning up, shoulders down. Back leg straight. Ooh. Beautiful. Back to the front. Hands in front of the heart. Stepping forward and balancing on your left leg. We're going to bring the right knee in front. Maybe your foot is on the seat of the chair. Maybe it's lifting. Maybe you have to keep your tiptoes near the floor. We want to take the left hand onto either the thigh or the knee. Take your right arm out from your right shoulder, palm up, and then we're going to turn the torso so that you start to bring your torso, your arm, parallel to that long edge of the mat. Ah. Whoa. And then we're going to bring the torso back to center and releasing. Ah, Tadasana. Very challenging. Finding the breath and the feeling in the body of attempting those challenges. And what the mind says about all of that is relatively unimportant. But feel what your body says. Mm. Mm. Nice work. We're going to be coming down onto all fours, and we'll do it from downward facing dog pose. So take your arms up and Uttanasana so that you can place your hands on the floor and walk your feet back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pressing your heels and lifting your sit bones. And letting your head just hang down. And feeling the length of your breath. The satisfying feeling of each breath. As you let your legs stretch and your spine lengthen and your neck relax. Good. Gently bringing the knees to the floor. With the toes still tucked under, we're going to lift the knees off the floor. So we're just going to do that little part of the movement where the knees just touch and then lift up. And just touch and lift back up. And just touch. Lift back up. One more, just touch. And downward facing dog pose. Ooh, press the heels. Open the chest to the front of the leg. Stretch the hands out wide or the fingers out wide. Really stretching back of the legs, spine lengthening. We're going to try and bring both knees to the floor evenly or at the same time and take them out wide. Forward Virasana. Settling the hips back towards the heels as close as they'll go. Feeling the lower back broaden and lengthen. Breathing deeply. We're going to bring the arms forward and take your fingers and interlock them like we would for a headstand. The fingers are interlocked, and we're going to walk the knees back until you've got your shoulders over your elbows and drop the knees towards the floor but not onto the floor. So the core of the body is stabilizing the spine. And we're going to swing the hips from side to side as though you could touch them down to the floor. The hips go right and the hips go left. Squeeze the gluteus muscles to help. Press the wrists down. Beautiful, back to center and relax your torso to the floor. Nice work. Release your arms. We're going to take the arms beside the body and rest onto one side of your face. Nice big exhalation. Wiggle your sacrum, your pelvis from side to side. So the muscle is soft at the front of the thighs. We're kind of just rolling on that so that you're relaxing the area around your sacrum. Good. We're going to look forward now and lift your head off the floor. And we're going to press down the feet, or squeeze the knees away from the floor, squeeze the buttock muscle. Lifting just your head, maybe a little bit of the chest and looking forward. And the arms are still relaxed. Yeah. So you can feel that's the back core of the body is what's lifting. If you lift higher, it starts to reach lower down into the back. You can lift your arms as well now and palms up. Really reach your fingertips back. And then we're going to lengthen the front of the torso and lay back down. Relax your arms and turn your face to the second side and really let go. And rock a little bit from side to side. So you're relaxing around your sacrum. And then onto your forehead. Lift just your head. And then a little bit more of your chest. Strong, straight legs, gluteus muscles helping. And lifting up and lifting your arms. And then we're going to sway the torso a little from side to side. Where it needs space in your tummy. Yoga practice. So not eating for a while, quite a while beforehand. It's a good idea. Beautiful. And then we'll lay back down. Turning your face to the first side, just relaxing. And then wobbling from side to side, relaxing your sacrum. Good. And last one, looking forward, lifting the arms, lifting the legs. Salamvasana. Feeling strong in your back. And feeling the flow of breath. Beautiful. One more rest, turning your face to the last side. And letting go. And wobbling. Relaxing your sacrum. And we're going to press back into forward virasana. Ooh. Just noticing your body, how your back feels, moving from the strong back bend to this forward bend. So that we inquire of the body rather than always listening to the mind, listening to the body. And then coming up, and we're going to have a seat. Sitting up onto a blanket. We're going to swing the feet around to the right side for Bharadvajasana, the wide leg. Tuck your feet in as close as your knees are comfortable with. So you might need to be in more of a mermaid sort of position. You might be able to tuck them in neatly. And then we're going to turn to the left side, away from your feet, and reach back. Now, if you reach your torso back, there's different angles, obviously, that you could reach back to. But what we want to start to feel is a stretch where you can feel the stretch on those deeper muscles of the core. Ooh. So here I can feel this deeply in the left side of the belly. So be curious about where you can angle your body to get that nice deep feeling of stretch in the core. Good, and we'll keep turning the ribs. And then we try to keep that feeling in the belly and lift the torso to perpendicular to the floor. So slide your left hand in and really turning and discovering that stretch on the deeper, more internal muscles of the core body. Finding your connection to your breath, listening to your body, discovering what is possible, your potential. Beautiful work. Come back to center and swapping your feet to the second side. Make sure it works for your knees and somewhere along your line of movement. You might even be able to tuck your feet in really neatly next to your left hip. Good. And then we want to turn to the right side, so away from your feet and leaning back. So you can play around with the angle of how far you lean back. And what we're trying to find as you turn your ribs is a deep stretch in the core of the body. So I can feel this deeply in the right belly. It might be different for you, but if you can get, rather than the superficial muscles, the ones that are closer to the surface, we want to stretch the deep muscles of the abdomen. Good. And then lift your torso more perpendicular to the floor, but keep that deep stretch. Good. So keep trying to find the deeper stretch in the belly. Bharadvajasana. And then we're going to find the breath, the feeling of the body. As you continue on this path of trying to turn the torso, trying to find that deep stretch for the core and exploring your potential, keeping your shoulders relaxed. And release and come back to center. Love that one so much. We're going to take a laying down position now and bamboo pose. Bamboo pose is to relax the core of the body, belly and back. And sometimes when you take your legs straight up, it's a bit of a chore to try and hold them there. Don't put your feet up if it's a chore. We need to relax the core now. So you might have your feet on the floor. I'm going to add the blanket in underneath the hips, and you can have the feet on the floor with the blanket under the hips for that extra letting go, or take your feet up. So just making sure that you really, really feel relaxed in the core of the body. And arm position, what suits you today in the practice? Maybe just hands on the belly, maybe arms out to the side, arms up. Possibly cactus. nourishing? What feels kind? Hmm. More and more, let your body give in to the pose. There might be habitual places where you hold tension, ready for action. Mm-hmm. See if you can locate that, becoming familiar with those hiding places and letting go of what is unnecessary. Mm. And the longer we hold a posture, the more subtle those hiding places become. To keep seeking tension and letting it go. Mm. And then gently bringing the knees in, the arms in, and feet back down onto the floor. Lift your hips so you take your blanket out. Inside edges of your feet together and knees together and arms out to the side. And we're going to take a really gentle approach to the twist today and keep the feet on the floor. Lift the hips, take them to the left and take the knees to the right. And lay your legs as heavily as you can to the support of the floor. Find that angle that suits your back and just let yourself lay into the floor. Letting go of that ready for action tension. So precious. Mm. You can turn your head to look over your opposite shoulder. Mm. And now bring your focus to the core of the body and really engage the core. So definitely ready for the action of lifting the legs. So the spine has a lot of support. Lift your hips, swing them to the right, and knees are going to go all the way to the floor or onto your blanket if they don't reach the floor. But we want to allow the legs to really lay heavily. And turning to look over your right. And letting go. Giving yourself to the shape of the posture. And as you make space to find the breath, receiving the gift of the posture. Mm. Beautiful. We are going to bring our attention to the core body so that we are truly ready for action, the action of the feet, lifting with lots of powerful core support for the spine. Back to center. Hug your knees into your chest and rock a little from side to side. This would be a lovely position to take your own Shavasana practice from. Namaste. Alas, if like me, you need to finish your practice, we're going to roll over to the right side and come up to sitting. Bringing your hands in front of your heart. And take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.